Hi, welcome to Polarity Yoga with Elizabeth C. Starting a little early today because I wanted to talk about yoga and about what this is about. Because when we do Polarity Yoga, it's not about the body. This is about energy. Everything starts out as energy, right? Everything starts out as energy. So everything starts out as a thought, and then it moves from there into a feeling sense, and from there it moves into the physical. Talking about energy is like talking about the wind. Right? You never see it. You never see it. But you can feel it when it's there, and you can notice when it's not there. So in the same way, our bodies and even our lives at times might feel like the energy's flowing, and sometimes it might feel like the energy's blocked. What we do in Polarity Yoga is we move physical energy, right? We are moving physical energy. So what happens when we move physical energy, to unblock at the core. That's why we're doing it. We unblock at the core, and then we allow the body's forces, the earth part of the body and the heavenly part of the body, to move through the chakras or energy centers. And from there, it flows. And it comes out from the center, and then it comes back into the center. Think of two magnets, right? And so what we want is the energy here for us. And that's what happens with Polarity Yoga. If there's an energy blockage, it means that an area has become stagnant and it's lost its magnetic charge. And so the energy flow in that area has become minimal. And what we want is for the energy to be flowing. And that, my sweethearts, is why we do Polarity Yoga. And that is why I am so happy and grateful that you're here with me today. So that said, let's get started on our backs. Baby's pose, right? Little babies pose. The pose that a baby does when they're in the crib. So here we are on our backs with our arms out and our palms up. We got this gig, right? Do this. This is how we start. Getting everything moving. Arms out, palms up. Drop the knees to one side. Turn that palm down. Look over the opposite hand's fingers. Soften into that. Getting the flow. Only you get to think your thoughts today. Come up and over to the other side. And if a thought doesn't feel good, don't think it, especially if it's about you or another. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Let's go to the other side. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Now at your own pace. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, if you're in a chair, easy enough, just twist at the stomach, side to side at the belly button, from one side to the other. Exercise the eyes, let the eyes move with you as well. Today we're going to be doing a few different things. We're going to be leaving some things out, adding some things in. The exercises that we do here, the movements, actually I should really call them movements. There's so many to choose from, and I choose the ones that have the most impact, and I feel like those of you who have been joining me for a while, we're getting a little stronger. Okay, let's go. Side to side. Side to side. So we're gonna pick it up just a little bit today. Now, if you have wrist or shoulder issues, I'm going to give you an alternative, okay? So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bring back to center, straighten the spine. Extend and flex at the ankles. Extension, flexion, extension, flexion. If you want to bring your hands under your belt, under your butt, and give yourself some booty love, you can have the palm of your hand or the top of your hand. And from here, push the back into the mat. Push it in. All right, here we go. 7 circles one way. And then the other. Here we go. 3, 4, really full movement. 6, 7. It's not a race, right? Here we go again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let that go. Give it a little shake. Bring the legs out. And we're going in and out. Windshield wipers. Again, where does this originate? The hip joint. The hip joint, not the ankle joint. It's from the hip. We're getting everything open and moving, keeping my spine into the mat. That in and of itself works the core. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let that go. Give it a little shake. All right, roll it up. Bring the knees in, roll it up, and come onto your belly for crickets, and then some Elizabeths. So for crickets, you can make a hand pillow. Open and close. Again, single joint movement. Where does this originate? Hip joint. Everything else is just following. The longer the lever, the greater the load. And the hip can take a big load, right? The knees can't, and the ankles really couldn't do this motion. Oops, you're moving things around, honey, but it's fine. So we're in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let that go. Give yourself a moment. Feel the presence in the body. Feel that energy. Again, we can't see it, but we sure can feel it in our bodies. All right, from here, bring the elbows under the shoulders. We're going to do an Elizabeth because I made these up. Toe tops are down. This is a Sphinx pose. From Sphinx, push away. Push the chest up toward the ceiling. Push the back toward the ceiling. Now push the belly toward the mid-back. Push the mid-back toward the ceiling. Good. Now the lower back toward the ceiling. Lower abdominals toward the low back. Now lift up the hips if you want. And now if you want, lift up the knees. So you can't see it with this, but you can see maybe, I don't know, I'm up. Good. Breathe there and come back. Give it a moment. Some windshield wipes. This is old school. This is new school, right? Think about in the old days when I was a kid, the windshield wipers went like this. Flap, 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 right? When they worked. And we'd always have the towel to get rid of the fog off the front of the windshield. All right, let that go. Let's do another Elizabeth. Now, if this doesn't work for you, just think about pushing everything up toward the ceiling. Same gig. Okay, here we go. Bring the chin in line, the neck in line. Shoulders are elbows are under shoulders. Push everything up toward the sky. Everything up. All the way, if you want, all the way to the toe tops. I go to my knees. I don't go to my toe tops. And yes, I used to go to my toe tops. I used to be able to. Who knows? I might again, but that's not my focus. My focus is not what I used to do. Let that be a lesson to all of us, right? Yeah, because just because I used to do it doesn't mean that I was happier or better. Good, bring it down. Woo, thank you, body. All right, come into a child's pose from here. Tuck the chin in. Push back. Big toes together. Knees apart. Rear toward the heels. Arms forward if you can. Forehead toward the mat. Child's pose. Good. Bring one elbow down. Feel the opening on the other side. Breathing. Other side. Elbow down. Back to center. Breathing. Come up to a tabletop. From tabletop, cat-cow. So we push everything down. Now lead with the tailbone. Lead with the tailbone and come back up. Good, let's do it again. Shoulders away from ears. Lead with the tailbone. Exhale, push. And back to center. Now remember, on tabletop, come back to a neutral spine. Still hold the core. I'm on tabletop. I always just want to let my core go, just like, no, sister, no. Keep it there. All right. From tabletop, now, we're going to go into downward facing dog, and then we're going to come back either to tabletop or through a chaturanga. It depends on what works for you. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Here, I'll do it this way so you can see. Tuck the toes. And push back slowly. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Think strong in the arms. Think strong through the serratus. And push back. Downward facing dog. Hold the core here. Push away, push away. Come up on your toes. Bring one heel toward the mat. Up on the toes. Other heel toward the mat. The chin is toward the chest here. Up on both toes. Both heels toward the mat. Feel that in the soleus. Gastrocnemius a little bit if you want to bend the knees somewhat. Push away, push the ground away. Another deep breath here. Come down to your knees. Up on the toes, down to your knees. Oh, look what we're ready for. We're standing on our knees. We know what we do here. All right. Find your focal point. I'm going to bring one foot forward. Remember, this back toes are down. I do not come up on my toes. I want to. I want a lot of things. How's it feel to want, right? Arms are out, palms are up, shoulders are soft. Deep breath. Find your gaze and lift that front foot. And maybe you have to bring it down. Maybe you have to bring it down a bunch of times. That's okay. Balance is learned. But feel everything working here. Hold the core tight. Squeeze the glutes. Feel that. Everything's working. Everything's working in concert to keep you upright. To keep you upright. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice. Let's do this. Roll it back. Notice where you're feeling that. Notice where you're feeling tension. And also, notice if you're putting any pressure on yourself. You know, we don't get mad at ourselves when we didn't take our first step perfectly. Same idea. Okay, other foot comes forward. Hold it, squeeze it, open it, and lift it. Breathing. Be with your breath. Make sure those back toes are down. I notice when I teach classes where I can see people, a lot of times we forget and we lift those back toes. It's the body the body will try and cheat, right? It'll make it easy on itself if it can. Not here. 3, 2, 1. There's 30 seconds. If you've been doing this for a while, you notice that's getting easier. All right, come back to a cat-cow. Leading with the tailbone. Oh, yeah. And sit back on your calves. Sit back on your calves for a moment. If this is in your practice, maybe for you, you'll want to put a block there. Maybe you want 2 blocks. When I got my hip done, I needed 2 blocks. And I thought, I can't do this. This is crazy. I want you to just sit here for a moment. I want you to notice what you're noticing. Notice what your mind is telling you. All right? But boy, when we come out of this, the beauty of it is, all that blood flows. This is what an old Hatha teacher told me years ago when I was in the city, and he said that when you do this, then all the blood flows and it moves all the junk out of the knee joints. I don't know if it's true or not, but in the beginning I couldn't do it, and I thought, I hate this man. I hate this man. And now I can do it. All right, come off that. Let that flow. Woo-hoo. And we're going to do one more thing. Tuck the toes. Tuck the toes. Sit back on your heels. Now, maybe you can't sit on your heels. Maybe you're here. That's cool. That's where we're starting. It's just where you're starting. Take your mind off your issues. Right? Give yourself a hug. Move the shoulders. That's it. Okay, come forward. Tap the toes. Tap the toes. Lift the feet. A couple circles one way or the other. Open and close the toes. All right, we're going to come to our rear now. And we're going to work kidney and bladder. Now, the way that we do this is we're going to have, so we're sitting down. We have our hands behind us, either facing us or away from us. It doesn't matter. If you have rotator cuff stuff, you're just going to pretend that you're doing this. Okay? You're just going to pretend. I pretend a lot. It still gets the body moving. The dendrites are being built. The body will remember. And if it's not comfortable for you to have your hands behind you, maybe you have blocks and you have it on the side. Okay? So you can be here, and then you're just going to pretend that you're lifting your rear and squeezing everything up. If you're doing the movement with me, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath, exhale. Remember that grapefruit. Remember your grapefruit. Okay, we're not doing this. The body wants to shorten everything so there's less to lift. Exhale, come up, come down. Okay, strong in the shoulders. Let's go for 7 of those. Deep breath. No, we exhale on the up, we inhale on the up on this, which is weird, but that's the way they say to do it. So here we go. Inhale. And down. Woo-hoo, thank you, body. Good, give it a couple rolls here. Couple shoulder rolls, maybe up overhead. Open, open, open. Maybe behind you and push. Nice. Okay, a couple little up and downs. Let's come to standing however you want. I'm going to come through a down dog. So I'm going to come forward, hands on the mat, feet behind me, push back. And now walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. I'll walk my feet to my hands today. I prefer hands to feet. You might need a block there to be able to do this. That's okay. Hands to elbows. Ragdoll. Shake the head, yes. Circle the head one way. Circle it the other. Shoulder to same hip. 2, 3. Other side, shoulder to same hip. 2, 3. Hands to the mat. Exhale, come up to extended mountain pose on your toes. Shoulders soft, pinkies toward the back of the room. And hands to hearts. There you have it, sweetheart. All right, we can't leave the liver out of this. Huge organ, right? Second biggest organ other than the skin. So, thumbs. Again on this, always a slight bend in the knees. Slight bend. If I lock the knees, I do this, and just the joints are holding the weight. That's too much for the joints. They weren't meant for that. The muscles were meant for that. But like I said, the body's smart. It's going to try and cheat. All right, hands behind. Oh, and the ha sound. Ha! Get that core working. Get the hara. Oh, move it through. If you do a silent one, you can still, right? Okay. Hands behind. Deep breath in. Come forward and ha! Ha! Give it a little back bend here. Ha! 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 7 more. Ha! 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 2 more. Ha! Last one. Ha! Bring it up. Hold it. Feel it. And let it go. Okay. Shake it out. Maybe a little Let everything be gel-like. Gel-like. Yeah. All right. Come out to a goddess pose. Coming straight down. Tall, tall, tall. Hands at the thighs. Knees over ankles. Open. Not how low I go, right? Not how low. Hands to the thighs. Exhale. Shoulder to opposite knee. Exhale. Come through center, little curl in the back. Other side. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to go shoulder to opposite and straighten the opposite leg. Yeah. Come through center. Straighten. One more each side. Last time the other side. Back to center, knees over heels, straighten the torso. Feel that? A little more a hold there, right? Squat, 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 squat. 4, 3, 2, come up. Squeeze the knees toward the hips. Heel toe the feet in. Let it go, let it go. Very nice. So we are opening the pelvis. We continue to open the pelvis. Feels good. Let's get the brain going. Elbow to opposite knee. Or hand to opposite knee. Absolutely, right? I couldn't do this for a while. And, you know, maybe there's some things I'll probably never be able to do. There's things I've never been able to do. Good, bring it to the back. But that's not what it's about. It's about who I am, what I'm doing now, and my M is I am peace. Now, notice on this, I really want to do this so I don't have to use my muscles. Hold it and touch it. All right, bring it back. Little basketball, not my favorite. Not my favorite, but the brain likes it. So, you know, this not being my favorite probably means that those are dendrites in my brain that I really need to come into, right? 3, 2, 1. Good, let it go. All right, wood chops. Same idea as we open and feel, you know, really working the core here, and then come forward, slight bend in the knees, and bring it up. This is great for letting go of excess stress and weirdness, okay? Watch the rotator cuff. Maybe you're using a towel. Keep that grapefruit there. Here we are. Ready? And exhale. Ha! 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 Last one. Ha! Bring it up. Hold it. Feel it. Feel that core. Hold it. Feel the core. And bring it back to center. Arms come around to your heart, to your sweet heart. All right, let's do some starfish. So we're going to come up as we inhale. Exhale, define your space. Come all the way down. Hands either come together at the palms or the outer part of the hands. Top of the head to the mat. Bring it up as you inhale. Open it. Inhale through the center. Nice, slow, and easy. No rush here. Up. A little back bend at the top, right? Bring it up through center, all the way to the top for extended mountain pose. On your toes. So more low balance there. Noticing the difference between balancing on the knee versus the toes, hands to heart center. Giving yourself a moment, allowing yourself to just notice how this feels. Let's open the scapula both ways. To the back for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let it go. Let it go. Bring the arms out. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Or if you want to come into eagle pose, lift the hands and pretend. It's the opening in the back that we're feeling here, right? If you want a little more, come on, no matter where you are. Come on to one foot. Lift the other leg up and bring it over. Bend that knee. Feet stay flexed. Maybe you bring your foot down to the mat. That's cool. Just notice. There you go. See another balance here, right? Let it go. Come up, back to center. Arms come out. Hug yourself the other way now, the weird way. Good. Come down on the other foot. Bend that knee. Lift the other leg. Cross it. I keep my foot flexed. Now, some people can put this foot and wrap it around. I've never been able to do that. I've got San Francisco calves walking up those hills, and Ivan just reminded me, up until now, who knows? Maybe someday. Let that go, and hands to heart. Good. Again, letting it go. Ear to opposite shoulder. Extend the opposite hand. Oh, feel that. Chin to shoulder. And chin to chest. Good. Head comes back up. Ear to opposite shoulder. Extend the opposite hand, or ear to same shoulder. Extend the opposite hand. Oh, yeah. Chin to shoulder. And chin to chest, come into a cat-cow standing. Push, push, push. And open. Nice. All right, let's come into rotations. Again, you can lift your heel if you want, or you can keep your heel down. Notice, let the eyes continue to move with you. Eyes move with you. Nice and easy. When you're doing this in the privacy of your own home, well, you're doing that now, but when you're doing this on your own, just let yourself do it one for each year that you've rotated around the sun on this earth. Speaking of which, hold high thoughts for Ivan and myself today at around 10:30 because our sweet doggy girl, Layla, who's been with us for 15 plus years, is going to have her last day of rotating on this earth around the sun. And we are bereft, and she does live on in spirit. So send us some love, some comfort, some peace, please, if you please. All right, let's bring it down to the mat into child's pose. Left hand, the occiput, right hand up the spine. However you want to get down there. I'm going to go through a chaturanga and walk it forward, coming down to my knees and on my side. Left hand, right hand. Oh yeah, give yourself a moment here, breathing, noticing the space, hopefully the peace, sending the breath into the brain. Just let the brain just take it easy for a moment. Just soften the left lobe of the brain, the right lobe of the brain. Center the corpus callosum. And focus simply on the breath. And imagining that it's a beautiful mist of your favorite color and scent. It just brings you, whatever your I am is, maybe it brings you peace, contentment, ease, joy, whatever it is. Just imagine breathing that color and scent in. And allowing it to move through the entire body. On the breath. As you come to a seated position, gently, 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 gently with yourself, sweetheart. And bring your hands to your heart. And as you take a deep breath in, thank your body, your oldest companion for this life, this journey. Thank your body for doing everything that you asked it to do to the very best of its ability. And let's just focus on what works today, on what we're doing right, and what everyone else is doing right. Let's just be with that today, not the other stuff. Feels a lot better. And noticing how your body feels now compared to when we first started our journey this morning. Let's chant Om together one time, sending this love, this light to ourselves, to our body, to everyone that we've shared practice with, known or unknown, and to all those with whom we're going to come in contact with today. Exhale completely. Deep breath in. Thumbs to sixth chakra, forehead center, the ability to see beauty. Sweetheart, may you recognize all the beauty that is you and that surrounds you today. The love in me salutes the love in you. Namaste. All right. Thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for your comfort, your love, your support. Please share that with yourself, with me, with Ivan, with others today. May it be so.